Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Good.
Well, awesome.
All
Well,
right. Great,
thank you
man.
very much for taking time to do this interview.
Yeah, no problem. No problemo. Do you need video or is the audio okay?
Either way is fine with me.
Oh, great. This way I can multitask.
Oh, well, awesome. Well, again, it's great to be able to talk to you and talk about a great new album that has been out for just a little bit of time now, but I've been thoroughly enjoying it, and it's so great to see the next album here from Dead Cross.
Yeah. I'm glad this one made it out onto the shelves, man. I'll tell you that much.
Oh. So, thinking about that as well, I mean, how does it feel to have this album out?
It feels great. It's an extremely cathartic experience to say the least. There was a time when we weren't sure it was going to come out. Definitely, there was a long period there. Actually, I wasn't sure it was going to make it. Um, with we had started writing for it in 2018 after our European tour for the EP and the first album. Um, Started writing in 2018. What happened? Things slowed down. They slowed down for Patton, and we're all in multiple projects, so obviously that you got to balance things. I think that's when I did Cunts. We recorded that. What else? And yes, so was long thereafter. Oh, and then I think that's when Pat started to bungle again. In 2018, I got diagnosed with cancer. So that really obviously every far back. So I had to go through treatments into 2000. My treatments ended in November of 2019. We had about 4 or 5 songs. No, we had about 4 songs written, completed, and then I had a lot of stuff written on my own, obviously. Songs, parts of songs, and so as soon as I started to get in the least bit better and to recover from treatments, I contacted everyone and told them, I'm like, look, I want to live. Let's fucking make this record. I don't want to waste any more time. Nothing's guaranteed to you in this world. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed to you. And so they were like, are you sure you're well enough? And I was like, you know what? I don't fucking care. This is going to make me well. Let's do it. So we booked the studio time with Ross, and that was it. We started tracking in December of 2019. We finished January 2020, sent it off to Patton. He started. Then March of 2020, everything stopped again, this time for quite a while. And in that time, Patton had to battle his stuff, man. That's when his battle began. So yeah, and now it just came out. So there's the timeline. So yeah, when I say I wasn't sure it was going to come out, I mean it.
And I'm so thankful that it did come out because this album is so great, and it's great to see
Oh, thank
all of you
you.
guys being a part of this and just like as showing such a great controlled chaos of everything. And it really does feel like all of the pain that all of you guys have been through over the last few years, and of course the world around us as well.
Yeah, no shit, right? Dude, yeah, it really, I hope it captured all that. You know what I mean? Like that's the goal. It's just an honest record. Like that's what was going on. That's how we were feeling. That's how I was feeling. That's how Pat was feeling. When we finally got around to tracking his vocals and sending us, I was just like, holy shit, fucking A, man. He isn't fucking around. And he's like, dude, well, you were honest on this record. He's like, Mike, I can hear you fighting cancer on this record in your tongue. And I was like, oh, wow, I never even thought about that. So he exercised his demons too, I feel. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Oh, it absolutely does. I mean, the fact that he was able to be like cathartic for everything that you're going through, and then everything that he goes through as well too, with all the mental health struggles, which I know all too much about. I mean, yeah, I mean, you can definitely
Oh,
hear that
really?
throughout, and it's so great to be able to hear Patton's voice just like being able to have that great control over this album, just being able to have that rage behind it, but it's so controlled at the same time.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, I agree. I couldn't agree more.
So, with that in mind, I mean, obviously, with everything that is going on with all of you guys right now, and the fact that this album has come out, I mean, I feel like even though it has been delayed for so long, I feel like this year was a very appropriate year for this to come out. I mean, with everything that we've been going through, personally and around the world, and just we need this kind of album that has like this great anger behind it, and I really feel like it is captured behind it that even if it did come out earlier, I'm not sure if it would have had the same kind of power behind it that it does now in 2022 in retrospective.
Oh, that's an interesting perspective. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you fuck, man, you could be right. I mean, I would like to think it would be timeless, but yeah, it might. Yeah, no, that's a good way to look at it.
So, thinking about that as well too. I mean, of course, audibly, there's so many great things that's going on with this, but I also appreciate everything that's gone into the visuals as well too. I mean, when you got such a striking video for like the song for Christian Missile Crisis, and then you got the album
Oh
cover
yeah.
that is just so striking. I mean, I really love the visuals that's been going around with this album cycle.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I that all that stuff turned out fucking great. I had no idea all that was going to get done. And but yeah, it definitely exceeded my expectations as well. It's like, whoa, what is this? That's incredible. Fuck yeah.
Oh, totally. And yeah, I think it's just a great representation of the album as well, too. I mean, especially when I keep looking at the album cover specifically. I mean, it's just like when you look at something like that, especially if you were to see it in a record store and you see it on vinyl, it's the kind of thing that you would pick up just because you're so intrigued by it.
Oh yeah, right. No, I didn't even think about that. That's a good way to put it. Um, that shit's important, definitely. Like that's. Can you hold on one quick second? Hang on,
Oh,
okay?
sure. Sure.
Yeah, thank you. I'm back. Are you there?
Oh, yes, I am.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Well, again, just like everything that you guys have been through and just seeing this album coming out and the reception that I've seen for this album too has just been incredible. I mean, of course, there's always going to be a little bit of negative that happens with any kind of release, but I've seen so much overwhelmingly positive reception for this album, and it's very much warranted.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, if there's any negative stuff, I wouldn't know because I don't even pay attention. If I'm being perfectly honest, I don't read anything.
And and honestly, it's the best way to go about it too. I mean, you want to be able to
It
create the
is.
music that you want to make. And when you don't have like any pressure to be able to live up to fan perception and just be able to make the music that you want to make, it's always going to have more authenticity behind it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you got to do what feels right. You got to be honest. People can tell. It's people can tell you're not telling them the truth. Got to be authentic. Or, I mean, it should be like in a perfect world.
Yeah, definitely. And again, I think that's what this album accomplishes. And again, just like with everything that you guys have gone through, I mean, it's a great representation of that. And again, coming out just a couple weeks ago, I mean, I'm so glad to see that through all of the pain that it's come through, that it has come out the way that it has, and the people enjoying it. And it's got me excited to see what's going to be happening in the future as well.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly would like to play shows around it. We all would, but we'll see. We're not quite there yet. We gotta approach um, cautiously and make sure Patton's well enough and up for it. So, but yeah, that's where we're at with that.
Oh, cool. Yeah, and when that time does come, if Mike is up for all of that, I'm very excited to see any live shows that can come from that, because this album does deserve that live representation if it does happen.
I agree. Thank you. I agree. I totally agree with you.
Oh, for sure. So thinking about that as well too, like, is there any additional plans that's going on now, now that the album has been released?
None yet. Nothing. Like literally, I don't know of anything. We're just kind of letting the album work for us right now. 1 second. Hey, can I get a half pound of the 3140? Yeah. Okay, I'm back.
Oh, cool. But
Yeah, no, we just kind of like we just birthed that album, and because that took so long and was so or it's because it took so long, and because Patton isn't quite ready yet to play shows. There's not much else we can do. Do you know what I mean?
oh, for sure. So
So that's it.
yeah, so thinking about that as well. I mean, what about you? I mean, is are you up to anything outside of Dead Cross right now?
Oh yeah, I am. I've always got irons in the fire. So I have another. Let's see. I've been playing lead guitar in the band Fiddler. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them.
Oh yes.
Yeah, playing lead guitar with them, and I have my band Cowards, which is a noise rock band, and we recorded an album, and that's going to come out soon. And I have another new project that we don't have a name for it yet, but it sounds very much like Rudimentary Peni. I just like making music and creating, so I've always got something going on along those lines. I just need to, even if it's not getting released or no one's hearing it, it doesn't matter, you know?
Oh,
But yeah, that's what's going on for me these days.
oh, that's so great to hear that too. I mean, that you got so many great things that's coming up. New Cowards album, that's got me very excited to see what you got in store for that. Another
Oh,
new project that's going to be awesome as well too. And it's, again, it's just like especially with everything that you've been through, I'm so happy to see that you're being able to continue on with all these different musical endeavors and being able to show all these different sides of your musical personality.
oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, that means a lot. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. And again, there's just like there's so much to look forward to now. And of course, like if anything more comes with Dead Cross for this album cycle, I mean, that's got me very excited if and when that happens, of course, with Patton making sure that he's mentally up for it. And of course, all the stuff that you got coming up as well too. I imagine in next year and the time to come as well too. I mean, there's like you mentioned, you have a lot of irons in the fire, and that's got me excited because
Yeah.
I very much enjoy your playing so much. So it's great to see that you're
Oh, thank
continuing on as strong
you.
as ever.
Oh, man, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Oh, not a problem. And it was cool to be able to learn about that as well too. And of course, everything that you got going on. Of course, a new Dead Cross album available now, which again I think everybody needs to check out. It's such a great album and perfect for the time going on. And with that, I think. That's a great note to end on. And I thank you very much for taking this time to be able to talk to me about everything that you got going on with your other musical
Yeah,
endeavors and, of course,
no
Dead Cross.
problem. Absolutely, not a problem.
Oh, awesome. Before we wrap things up, is there anything else you'd like to mention that I hadn't brought up yet?
God, I don't think so. That's a good question. Not, no, I think we covered everything. I love making music, and I love it when people like what I make. That's a good feeling. I hope, like hearing you say that you like my playing, like that's awesome. Thank you. I mean, that's the bonus. The good thing is just being able to play like that. That's the perfect place to start. And anything on top of that is extra.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I'm so glad that I could, give that little bit more positivity and just let you know that I do appreciate all the work that you do and all the bands and projects that you're a part of. And again, I thank you very much for taking the time to do this. I know it's a busy time with everything that's been going on, so I appreciate you just being able to take some time to be able to talk to me.
You bet, brother. No problem at all.
Oh, awesome. Well, I'm going to
All
let you
right.
go. But again, I thank you very much for taking the time to do this. It was a great time being able to talk to you, and I hope you have a great rest of the day.
All right. Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Bye
No
bye.
worries at all. Okay.
All right.
Bye.